All right, let's jump into Azure Data Studio. We'll always start with the welcome screen. On navigation, columns to the left. We've already looked at that. You can browse through it and check out anything you need to know. Let's start quickly by checking out our servers. We can connect to Azure portal by adding a new account or adding multiple accounts, as you see on the right column. For now, we are not going to go there. We'll close it and collapse the Azure folder. Then we expand the servers. From here, you can actually create a new connection or create a new server group depending on the number of projects you're working on, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and create a new connection. For now, there's no recent connections. For those that you've been using often, you can save your connections in there, or you can also connect to Azure from this angle. Now, our connection options include a connection type. We don't have the option to connect to other types of servers. We're going to stick with SQL Server. Instead of entering the parameters, we can go directly to the connection string, which is provided once you install SQL Server Express. But looking closely at the string, you notice that the server itself is a period, backslash, or should I say, yes, backslash is correct, SQL Express. You type that in there. We'll be using the Windows authentication. Admins can create logins, or you can also tie it with Microsoft on the cloud. We don't need to update any of those database options. Let's keep the default, but make sure you trust the server certificate. There are other advanced properties you can look at. More importantly, the security. Depending on if you're working in production, live environment, private, public servers, you want to make sure they are always secure. So let's connect. The connection goes through, and you see a green dot that shows you you're connected. If you're disconnected, the dot is going to be red. So again, it lands you into your home screen. From there, you can create new queries, new notebooks, all the same features you have on the left column. And we can browse through the folders you have in your server, database folder, securities folder, and server objects. You can also look at the databases within this server. For now, we have just our systems databases that come with Microsoft SQL Server Express. Once we start creating our databases, we're going to have user-defined databases. You can explore the databases directly, looking at the type of database objects, scrolling using your keyboard, down arrow, or the scroll bar. So there are many different types of objects, tables, views, stored procedures, and they are found in multiple schemas as well. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the welcome screen. We can create a new connection directly from there as well. There are many different areas where you can actually get to the same destination. Right-clicking is also a very useful and powerful tool that you should always check it out if you're in doubt. So from here, within the database, we can create a new database. Clicking on the plus sign next to databases, and provide it with a name, an owner. For now, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and use another method to create it using a query. We haven't started working on queries yet, but it's a simple statement. Let's zoom in a little bit, make it bigger. The create keyword is used here. Let's collapse this left column so that it's more visible. And just like Visual Studio Code, Azure Data Studio provides you with code completion and a lot of tools. So create database test is as simple as that to create a database. But let's try running it and see what happens. It needs us to be able to provide some credentials to connect to the server, because what server are we trying to connect to? The SQL Express server. is the one that we need to connect to. So typing that in there and connecting is going to simply make sure that we're connected to that server, because remember, this is a management system, a management tool. You can have multiple servers connected at one time. Each time you connect again, make sure you trust the certificate. Now we had an error. The error is more descriptive. It tells us there's a parameter that's missing. We're missing the owner URI, the owner universal resource identifier. So we did not provide that information because, again, who is the principal that owns this database? If we don't provide it, it won't be able to know who has the highest administrative rights. So let's try creating this new database in another way. Again, going back to that plus sign next to the database, we can type the same name, try creating it again very similarly. It's going to show us the progress when it started, the amount of time that has elapsed so far while it's running, or if it's done running, it will tell us how long it took to execute. Eventually, it's still not going to work because we haven't put in all the right parameters. So it gives us an error. But as you can see here, the error is not as explicit as the previous error. So we could not contain exclusive lock on the database model. So we can check related errors, search online and so on, but I'll make life easier for you and just show you the right way to get started. Okay, so how would you go about creating your first database? Again, system comes with its own databases, but we want to create our own user-defined database. Now, let's try this out.